Welcome to the first episode of With All Sincerity. I'm your host, Mr. Sincere. Let's go. First, let me start, give you a little bit of my backstory. I'm born and raised here in Buffalo, New York. I grew up on the east side pretty much my whole life. I moved out of the east side. I was about, 32? Got to a little bit of a better area. And then pretty much, had a decent upbringing. Both parents were in my life, along with my little sister. Then I met some friends along the way who became more than friends, so I consider them my brothers and sisters as well. And I'll be 42, God willing, in July. So here I am. And now I started a business, and on December of 2023, December 8th to be exact. My name of my business is Sincerevision LLC, and that's how this podcast is being presented from Sincerevision. And my reason for starting the business was financial freedom, being my own boss. I still work a job currently, but eventually, as my business grows, I could, soon leave my current job, which I'm a cleaner, and I've been for a little over 11 years now, cleaner at a college. Once I leave that, then I can have this solely as my job, which really you can't call it a job, because if it's something you enjoy, something you love, and you're passionate about, it's not a job. So there's that. And also to obviously, as I said previously, being my own boss, financial freedom and things, but also my parents, who have both been retired for quite a while, to give them a much better life, give us all a better life, but especially them for all the hard work they've done for so long, and just give them the piece of heaven on earth, if you will, until they leave this earthly plane. So that's another big part of my motivation, as well as all my other loved ones, my little sister, my nieces, my other friends I consider brothers and sisters as well. We're all family. That's why, like I said previously, I do not call them my friends. They're my brothers and sisters. So to inspire them, but also be I don't want to say this, assistance, if you will, if they're trying to open their own business or something, I could be that person to support them, invest in them, because I didn't have that. I started this business on my own. I did it all myself, my own money, and everything. So as I ascend and get successful, they won't have to go as hard as I did. I can assist them, so then we all can be bosses. We all can win. We all can be successful, and that's the goal. I want us all to win, but not just for financial gain and material things and stuff like that. I also want to help other people as well. So that's my thing with that. So let's talk a little bit about the NBA playoffs. Like, for me, this is the most exciting NBA playoffs probably in a while for me, because the NBA now they pretty much turned it to entertainment, pretty much. It's just entertainment. And I just, like with the in season tournaments, like, come on now, like it's not, it doesn't feel like hardcore basketball. They changed a lot of the rules that are like terrible. It's way easier to score. Defense is not an emphasis, but if you notice during the playoffs, big man can be big men. Defense can be played more freely in the playoffs, and that's not by coincidence. So, and the Knicks are doing their thing. I mean, they lost last night, so I hope they can pull it off in Game 7. Brunson, Jalen Brunson is a killer. That dude is a stone cold killer, and in my opinion, even if he didn't win the MVP, he should at least been in one of the finalists, and he wasn't. He wasn't even a finalist as the MVP. The MVP states the most valuable player, meaning the most valuable player to your team. And I feel, and many others feel, he was the most valuable player of his team. But, he didn't become a finalist. They gave it to Jokic again, and Jokic is very good. I'm not shitting on Jokic at all. No hate on him or nothing like that. Or they could have gave it to SGA of the Oklahoma City Thunder, because he's fantastic. He's smooth. Excuse me, and they have a great young team. And they're in a tough series with who are they playing? Oh, Dallas. Yeah, they're in a tough series with Dallas. Dallas is looking good too. The T-Wolves, they looked like they were going to sweep the Nuggets, and then, now they're going to Game 7. And in a way, I guess that's something you do want. You want, competitive basketball, because it's very exciting. It all is. And Anthony Edwards, he's only 22 now. That young man, that's the truth. That guy's the truth, man. He's clutch. This Game 7, how he performs, and if they win, this will put an early definition on his legacy. So if he can have a great performance and they win to go to the Western Conference Finals, this is gonna put him well on his way to being one of the greats of all time. But yeah, I'm loving the NBA playoffs. Hope you guys are too. Let's talk about this next thing. P. Diddy. We've heard rumors and people made jokes, and some things he's done right on camera to really kind of, add, fuel to those rumors. And people got to understand the thing about a rumor, what makes a rumor, is that there's some truth, there's some validity to what's being said. So, but, man, that video with Cassie, it was, what was it dated on? March 15th, March 5th, 2016. So that means that video was been around for a very long time. And the people that gave it up, I'm guessing the security team or whatever, let's be real, y'all. They didn't give up that tape for free. They sold it to CNN or whoever. And excuse me if you hear that sound in the mic. That's my chair I'm sitting on. So, but he paid them $50,000. Now that tells you how messed up people are. You've seen this on security camera. So when she when she left and then was scared about how he would react and tried to come back, and they told her to go back. So that means you knew the danger, you were aware, but you still took that money, suppressed that video. You didn't try to help her. Nobody intervened, came out or anything. Let me just read this to you guys. Okay. A 2016 surveillance video obtained exclusively by CNN shows Sean Diddy Combs grab, shove, drag, kick his then-girlfriend Cassie Ventura during an altercation that matches allegations in a now settled federal lawsuit filed by Ventura in November. The footage compiled from multiple camera angles dated March 5th, 2016, appears to show the rapper, producer, and business mogul during an incident that, according to Ventura's complaint, occurred at the now-closed Intercontinental Hotel in Century City, Los Angeles. CNN verified the location based on publicly available photos of the former hotel's interior. In the video, Ventura exits a hotel room and walks to a bank of elevators. Hold on. Where did I leave off at? I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. Combs holding a towel around his waist. Yes, he had a towel on, so he was naked under there. Now, in my opinion, from the lawsuit she filed in November, he could have just got done, you know, R wording her. I'm saying R word because I will be, I don't want to mess with any guidelines because things are so sensitive now. So you guys know what I mean when I say R word. R wording her, or he was in the shower or something previously, or I don't know. But Combs, holding a towel around his waist, runs down a hall after Ventura. He grabs her by the back of the neck and throws her to the floor. Still holding his towel closed with one hand, he turns to kick her, the video shows. As Ventura's on the ground, Combs retrieves a purse and suitcase from the floor near the elevators. He turns around and kicks Ventura again as she lies motionless on the floor. Now, if you watch the video, the way she lies down motionless, you could tell she's been beat previously before, so she figured, let me lay here like this, motionless. He maybe won't do anything else to me, because he kicked her. Looks like in the behind area while she's laying down. He like kicked her like almost like a punt. Like he kicked her like a just angry kick. Then he picks up the her clothes and stuff that she was trying to leave out with. Cause I think she didn't have any shoes on or socks. He had on just a towel and socks. And then he stumps her, a quick like stump. Then he tried to, drag her, and then I guess he either stops or she says something because there's no audio. It's just video. There's no audio. And excuse me. She gets up. He walks down back to their hotel room to take herself back to the hotel room. I'm gonna get into this next, but I'm just kind of, giving you guys, a little, prelude. And then he comes back when she tries to get on the phone in there to, I guess, call for help or call for a cab or something. He comes back, shoves her in the corner. Then he throws it looks like a vase, like you can see on the big mirror on the video. You can't see her. She's in the corner, but you can't see her. And he's sitting there, and he takes a vase, and it looks like he says something. He's sitting there. Then he throws a vase at her, and then it was crazy. I've seen a lot of disturbing videos in my time. I've seen people getting shot, murdered, things like that. All types of crazy stuff you've seen probably on. If I don't know if any of you remember Live Leak. I don't know if you guys, some of you are old enough. I'm pretty sure you are. Banned from TV. Remember that? Yeah, you could buy it back then on VHS tapes, stuff like that. But this is up there with a lot of disturbing stuff I've seen. And then you see a lot of disturbing stuff today anyway. You see it all on the internet. It gets out, Reddit, stuff like that. But let me get back to where I was. Okay, where did I leave off? I said, yes, as Ventura is on the ground, Combs retrieves the purse and suitcase from the floor near the elevators. He turns around and kicks Ventura again as she lies motionless on the floor. About 4 seconds transpire between the two kicks, according to the video. He briefly drags Ventura by her sweatshirt toward the room before walking away. Ventura is then seen slowly standing up. She gathers items from the floor and moves to pick up a phone on the hallway wall near the elevators. Combs, still in a towel and socks, returns. A mirror directly across from the security cameras, as I was describing to you guys previously. Combs appearing to shove Ventura. Seconds later, he sits down on a chair, grabs an object off the table and forcefully throws it toward Ventura. Combs is seen walking away, then turns toward Ventura once again when the elevator door opens and someone appears to exit. Now, I don't remember seeing that on the video, anyone coming out in the elevator. I don't, maybe I missed it or something. I don't know. Ventura, who reached an undisclosed settlement with Combs, declined to comment on the video obtained by CNN. Ventura's attorney, Douglas H. Wigdor, said the gut-wrenching video has only further confirmed the disturbing and predatory behavior of Mr. Combs. Words cannot express the courage and fortitude that Miss Ventura has shown in coming forward to bring this to light. CNN has reached out to representatives for Combs and Intercontinental Hotels for comment. Combs has previously denied Ventura's allegations. Now, into Ventura's lawsuit. Cassie, for those who don't know who I'm talking about, Cassie. Her lawsuit. Combs and Ventura, a model and singer known for songs like Me and You, were in an off and on relationship from 2007 to 2018. The two were photographed together at the Los Angeles premiere of a film, A Perfect Match, on March 7th, 2016. So this was 2 days after the incident. According to Ventura's complaint, which cited the altercation as occurring around March 2016, Combs became extremely intoxicated and punched Miss Ventura in the face, giving her a black eye. After Combs fell asleep, Ventura attempted to leave the hotel room, but he woke up and followed her into the hallway of the hotel while yelling at her, the complaint said. He grabbed at her and then took glass vases in the hallway and threw them at her, causing glass to crash around them as she ran to the elevator to escape, the complaint alleged. After Ventura got in the elevator, her complaint states that she took a cab to her apartment. Upon realizing her running away would cause Mr. Combs to be even angrier with her and completely stuck in his vicious cycle of abuse, Miss Ventura returned to the hotel with the intention of apologizing for running away from her abuser, the complaint claims. When she returned, hotel security staff urged her to go back into a cab and go to her apartment, suggesting that they had seen security footage showing Mr. Combs beating Miss Ventura and throwing glass at her in the hotel hallway. Now, here's my thing with that. You come back because you see the danger and all that stuff to go back. But while this was happening, and I'm not pretending like I know everything because I wasn't there, but I worked in a hotel before. So, excuse me. I've worked in a hotel before. Security is around. So if you saw that, no one attempted to do anything. No one tried to protect her, do anything. And we know why. Either they were scared of this guy, or the so-called power that he supposedly had, or they could have been told by their superiors in the hotel not to intervene, or what. I don't know. I'm just assuming. Like I said, I don't know everything, but you saw this. No one attempted anything. What if he would have killed her? Then what? What if he would have put her in a coma? Then what? So to me, the people, the hotel, even though it's closed now, the security, all of them, everyone at that hotel, that staff should be held accountable, and they should be in that lawsuit as well, in my opinion. The complaint alleges Combs paid the Intercontinental Century City $50,000. Yeah, you heard me right. $50,000 for the hallway security footage of the incident. The incident was part of a number of allegations made in the November lawsuit in which Ventura claimed she was raped in 2018 and subjected to years of repeated physical and other abuses by Combs. Now, here's my thing with that. He gives them $50,000, right? Obviously to get the tape and to destroy evidence. First of all, he has to be very naive or stupid to think that they gave him the actual footage. But see, that's I guess that's probably how power drunk he was, that he was, this God complex. You know as well as I do, if they gave him that tape, they gave him a copy. They kept that tape for themselves, for insurance purposes. Like if they wanted to make some money, like you see the tape got out, right? And whoever sold that tape, they probably got paid a good amount of money for that tape, holding it for what was that, 8 years? So come on now, like people make me sick, man. That's why I don't care for people as much. Like I help a lot of people, always helped a lot of people, but there's a lot of fucked up people out here. A lot of people twisted with just twisted thinking, twisted intentions. Like, come on now. Now, I could easily say what I would and wouldn't do if I was there, but I know me and I know what I'm about. I ain't rich. Not even close. I'm not rich at all. But first of all, there's no way if I was a patron in that hotel and I seen or heard that I wouldn't intervene or say something. I don't care who he is. I'm not painting my patron as a tough guy or not at all. But at the same time, something like that, I don't care who he is. I see that. What if that was my sister, one of my sisters? What if that was my mother? What if that was one of my nieces? Come on now. You that are listening, what if that was your mother, sister, nieces, girlfriend, wife? And some man or someone was doing that to them because they have a certain status or whatever, or maybe you are scared. I don't know. You're not going to do anything. And it doesn't necessarily have to be physical, but you're not going to do something to intervene so that person doesn't further get injured or further get hurt. Ask yourself that. Like I said, I know what I would do. I can't say what any of you would do or anyone else, but I know what I would do. And that's disgusting. He was able to pay y'all $50,000 and it ended up coming out anyway, but $50,000 to keep that hush hush. Are you serious? Anyway, Ventura, who was formerly signed to Combs' label, claimed in her suit that he exerted his power and influence over her throughout the course of their relationship, both professionally and romantically. According to the complaint, she was 19 when they met, and Combs was 37, and their business relationship lasted until 2019. Here's my thing about that. Yes, 18 is legal, age of consent, right? She's consenting. But he's 37 at the time, 37. What damn business does a 37-year-old man has to do with a 19-year-old woman? I was about to say 18, but 19-year-old woman. Come on now. Come on. Are you kidding me? When I was 37, I wasn't messing around with no 19, not even 21-year-old women. I was dealing with adult women, my age, a little younger, something like that, but not 19. And come on, you already know what that is. And for those of you who don't know, you young ladies are listening. If a man that old is trying to get with you, it's not for nothing good. It is for control, in a sense, to where he knows, even if you're way smarter than him as far as the books, school, he has life experience on you. He has sexual experience over you. He has just a ton of experience over you, and that is why it's predatory behavior. It is. It's predatory behavior. Either he's trying to get with you because he know he can get over with you more than what he could with most women his age or older. They're not going for none of that bullshit. But he knows because you are young, he can manipulate you and things. Or it could be more sinister plans. Like you got a lot of these older men that will get with you young girls, especially if they have money or some type of status or something, wine and dine you. There's been movies on it, shows, everything. So this is not something that's made up. They do all that, and then they show their real plans where they're trying to sex traffic you. they're pimping you or whatever. Then you got some that go even further. They will get you pregnant, pretty much mess up your life. Not saying that a baby messes up your life, but at that age, you really shouldn't be pregnant because you're not. First of all, you don't even know what you want to be yet. You don't know who you are yet, and and I've known females that I've spoken with and consulted and things, counseled, if you will, that have been in situations like that, younger than her, 16. That's a thing that goes on a lot in neighborhoods, in black neighborhoods. You got these guys, grown ass men, dating 15, 14, 16-year-old girls, getting them pregnant and everything. Then eventually they leave the girl alone. So she has a baby, but now her life is messed up. Now she can't, really do a lot of things that maybe she should have been able to do. She has a baby. She has other complications, things like that. And the bottom line is, it's just not right. It's not. It's not cool. It's not right. I don't care if it's legal. It's not right. That's a red flag right there. And then my thing is, where were her parents? Like where were her parents? Because both her parents are alive and in her life. Where are her parents? Because as far as I know, any parent, my parent, other parents, they don't care who you are. They will go to hell and back for their kids. Now, yes, in some situations when you're dealing with women as well as young men or whatever, they can get with someone that's not right for them, that's just messed up. And as a parent, even though she's not like really a full-blown adult, she's a young adult, she's considered, and stuff like that, they can't really stop you from dating. They can try, but usually what it does, it pushes that person closer to their abuser or whatever. So still, like, if that was my daughter, like, again, I can only say what I would do. First of all, if that's my daughter, I'm going to be involved in some way all around. First of all, when I would have seen that he was 37, that's a wrap right there. Like, what are you doing talking to my daughter? No, going somewhere. And what people don't like to talk about, she was with what's his name, Ryan Leslie. She was like 18. I think she was with him, around him, even before the age of 18. Because if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on this, I believe either Ryan Leslie or was it Puffy that discovered her in a club singing. But I think it was Ryan Leslie because he had her first and was doing music with her. And he was so distraught when P. Diddy took her from him. I think he quit music altogether. And I heard something, don't quote me on this either, that he blew up Ryan Leslie's car, or was it Kid Cudi's car he blew up, that he had blown up, that we heard in some of the lawsuits or whatever. Because I know they hung Wale over a balcony or whatever. But yeah, and this is another thing that we need to discuss too, just to get off P. Diddy for a second. All through music, hip hop, rock, all that, all these men have been dating underage girls. Have we forgot about Elvis Presley and Priscilla? Have we forgot about that? That wasn't right. Who else? Jay-Z, allegedly. Jay-Z and Foxy Brown, he got her pregnant at like 15 or 16. That ain't cool. And he has a ton of illegitimate children that he doesn't want anything to do with. He gives them money or whatever, tell them to leave me alone. Like, really? Who else? It was rumored that Jay-Z was dealing with Aaliyah, who also was underage at the time. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. Okay, sorry guys, I'm back. I had to fix some technical issues, but back to what I was saying. There's been a ton of men in the music industry dating underage girls. Some were public, some were not, but people, later, told the stories. And it's not cool. It's not cool in the professional world. It's not cool out here in the regular world with us regular Joes. It's not cool. It's not wrong. It's wrong. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. 37, he's 19, and Ryan Leslie, I can't prove it, but the way he acted when she was no longer with him, you were dealing with this young lady too. And more people could tell you better than me that have been in the industry or around people in the industry. They groom all these young girls, whether they're video girls, whatever. And it's disgusting. But let me get back to where we were. All right. Where did I leave off? Yes, their business relationship ended in 2019. It detailed claims that Combs was physically violent toward Ventura and forced her to engage in various sex acts with other men during that time. Ben Brofman, an attorney for Combs, said in a statement to CNN on the day it was filed, Mr. Combs vehemently denies these offensive and outrageous allegations. But then this video comes out. Like, he denied, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. Like, come on. The suit was resolved the following day. Yeah, the following day. As soon as that suit came out, he paid her an undisclosed amount of millions. Now, they claim that didn't show any admission of wrongdoing. If you have a ton of money and someone accuses you of something and you know you didn't do it, why would you pay them a boatload of money? Knowing that you probably have more money than them so you can fight the case longer than they can. So why would you do that if you didn't do anything wrong? And then obviously this video comes out to prove it doesn't show everything she talked about, but come on. You see the video and use psychology. You can look at the body language, everything. There's no audio, but you can see everything. Like, come on. And then let's not forget to mention, I should say, that Kim Porter, God rest her soul, he was beating her and abusing her. That was widely known. His mother of his first set of children, she was on the Biggie video, she had the blonde hair and they were in the hot tub. On the Big Papa video, I think she's on a couple other videos. I forgot her name. It escapes me. He was beating her as well. So he has a history of this, beating and going crazy on women. So a decision to settle a lawsuit, especially in 2023, is in no way an admission of wrongdoing, as I said earlier, Brofman told CNN in a statement at the time. Mr. Combs' decision to settle the lawsuit does not in any way undermine his flat-out denial of the claims. He is happy they got to a mutual settlement in which is Miss Ventura the best. Details of the settlement were not disclosed. As I said previously, it was an undisclosed amount, but it was probably for some millions, which no amount of money she gets will ever undo the abuse and stuff that she stated in the lawsuit that she dealt with all those years, and the scars. I believe it was reported that she wakes up screaming, she has nightmares and things. So, and she has a new life now. She has, I think, a kid or two with this guy she married after she left Diddy. I think they're married. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, but the scars are going to be there forever. The damage is done. Now, on to more issues. Since November, Combs has faced 5 other civil lawsuits accusing him of a range of sexual misconduct and other illegal activity. He has denied the allegations, and the cases remain active because he hasn't been charged with anything. People, he hasn't been criminally charged with anything or nothing like that. He's been accused, so he hasn't been criminally charged or nothing. So, for those of you who don't know, authorities searched Combs' homes in California and Florida in April as part of a federal investigation carried out by a Department of Homeland Security team that handles human trafficking crimes, according to a senior federal law enforcement official briefed on the investigation. The investigation stems from many of the same sexual assault allegations put forth in the civil lawsuits, according to a second law enforcement source familiar with the searches. Aaron Dyer, an attorney for Combs, issued a statement at the time calling the searches a gross overuse of military-level force. This unprecedented ambush, paired with an advanced, coordinated media presence, leads to a premature rush of judgment to Mr. Combs and is nothing more than a witch hunt based on meritless accusations made in civil lawsuits, he said. There has been no finding of criminal or civil liability with any of these allegations. Mr. Combs is innocent and will continue to fight every single day to clear his name. Now, to add on to that, now they're saying he, which he is like anyone else, you're innocent until proven guilty. Even with that video, even with allegations and other things, in America, in the court of law, you are innocent until proven guilty. Okay. Then there was in his homes, he had surveillance everywhere. Footage, they said, damaging footage of everyone that attended his parties, or as people sometimes call them freak offs. You know, weird stuff would go on. Then there's that disturbing audio that some bodyguard claimed he recorded as allegedly supposed to be Meek Mill and Diddy having sex. Very disturbing audio. Now, those of you who are familiar with Jaguar Wright, who's been talking for years about P. Diddy and many others, and she recently was on YouTube, I saw earlier, on our Real Life Street Stars channel, talking about it further. They said there are multiple people doing damaging things on these surveillance videos. So they're saying, people are saying allegedly that raid wasn't for him. It was for the higher ups that are above him. See, because he has no real power. If you guys followed over last year, that you found out he didn't really own Ciroc. Like a lot of these guys, they don't own these liquor companies. They promote the liquor to us, to the black community and everyone else, but they don't really own the liquor. He I forgot the one company he had sued, and right after he sued them, then he dropped the lawsuit because I guess he wasn't being compensated what he thought he should be compensated. Because I think either there was audio or it just got around. He was bragging to people, "I don't spend my own money," and then not too long after that, all this stuff comes. So, and what I think is what they do with a lot of people, because what he is a gatekeeper. That's what he is. He's a gatekeeper. When they bite the hand that feeds them, the people who are the gate above you, that let you do all the the fuck shit and all that, let you do all that stuff. Once you bite the hand that feeds you, you step out of line. Now they're like, okay, yeah, we're gonna show you. All right, we're not gonna protect you anymore. And now the floodgates open. This video comes out. Other stuff comes out. he's he ran for a minute, then he's back. You see what Russell Simmons did with his allegations and things like that. He went all the way to Bali because they cannot they have no extradition laws there, so he's safe over there. They cannot extradite him back to America. So this is crazy, and it's going to continue to unravel further with P. Diddy and P. Diddy and anyone like him that are doing these things to people, violating people physically, abusing their power, all these things. They need to be got. But here's the problem with that. As I said earlier, you're going at the gatekeepers. You're not going at the gate. What about the people above him that are really pulling the strings and doing things? What about those people? That's what you need to get. If you're going to get them all. But that's not how it works. You know, that's why they're in the position they are for a reason. They're pretty much, and it shows, untouchable. But the little gatekeepers that we think have all this power and so strong, they're really not. You see what's happening to him now. You see what happened to R. Kelly. R. Kelly's not even in prison for what he did and was doing with these young girls. People knew it. People that work with him knew it. Everyone knew it for a long time. He's even low key bragged about it. So people should knew something was wrong when he married Aaliyah at 15, and then they annulled the marriage or something after a while. But yeah, people should knew something was wrong then. But people just turned when that tape came out. When the tape came out with the young girl, and the main reason he got off because when she was at court, she was grown. Because that does affect things, like you look older than what you are now, you know, all that silly stuff. He got off of 21 counts. That's because his power was still strong. He was still able to be used. But people have said on many interviews that on the inside of the situation, said once he started seeing that the powers that be were stealing his music and putting it out without his permission, and then he also asked about his masters. Once he did that, he overstepped. Now he's dealing with what he's dealing with. He just lost an appeal too recently. But at the same time, Harvey Weinstein, they closed all his counts, whatever, except for one. When many people came forward what he did, see the difference? Yeah, you see the difference? It's different. It's different when you got the complexion for the protection. It's not fair across the board. They all should be got. They all should be under the jail, in my opinion. But that's not how it works. And then these fools need to learn that you go selling your soul. What do you think is going to happen? The devil's going to come to collect eventually. Like what's the old saying here? You get by, but you don't get away. And if it don't come out in the wash, it's going to come out in the rinse, but eventually it's all going to get cleaned. So there's that. And yeah, it's crazy. And it's going to continue to unfold. Like it's just crazy. I feel for Cassie. I feel for Kim Porter. God rest her soul. And then to stay on the subject, you get Diddy's son, King Combs. He came out with his whack ass diss track toward 50 Cent and other people. And in one of the lines, I believe he says, I'm paraphrasing a bit because he said they raided the house, but we own the house, or the whatever is in the other stuff's in the house next door. You sound stupid. You sound stupid. And I understand that's his father, because also he's in some allegations as well. I believe some young man got shot in the abdomen in a recording studio. Then some young lady was assaulted on a boat on an island somewhere. So there's a lot of stuff coming out, a lot of ridiculous things, and it's just disgusting all around. Like a lot of people are saying that Jay-Z is next. I don't know how true that is. Is that, I don't know. I'm not in the industry. I don't know. Some stuff you can speculate, but I don't know anything. But it's crazy. It's crazy. But in conclusion, hey, the industry is crazy. When I was a kid, I wanted to be, in music, rap, or produce. And then as I saw how things work, because my grandfather was in music. His name was Frank Brunson. He had a group called The People's Choice. He told me some things about some people of the past and stuff like that, and then other things I would read about, and I would hear from other people that were insiders in the music industry, and then seeing stuff unfold for myself with my eyes with the music industry. I was like, yeah, I don't think I want to be a part of that. And if I was, I definitely want to be somebody in the background, uh, uh, and eventually I probably wouldn't have stayed long anyway, because you hear some of the stories of producers, artists you don't see anymore, stuff like that. You see some disturbing things, and I'm definitely not getting down to get down. I'm not going to none of those weird parties where you got to turn in your phone or sign an NDA. Like if I'm signing an NDA, what is going on in here? Something like that. No, like I don't want to be a part of nothing. I don't party like that anyway now. I don't. I don't. I don't even care being around a lot of people at times, depending on the event or something. Other than that, no, it ain't for me. And then I'm very vocal, very blunt. I mean, that's why my business is called Sincerevision, because sincere is one of the many monikers I earned because of my honesty and sincerity and stuff. So I'm not going to be quiet about something, and I'm not going to not intervene on something. Someone's being hurt, a woman, being assaulted, or no way. There's no way. So, and then these days, being a rapper, even if you're a street rapper, gangster rapper, drill rapper, that drill rap, that's a spirit. That's a spirit being spoken through the speakers. And a lot of people don't know one of the names they call the devil is the master of the airwaves. And because remember, the devil was what? He was in charge of the music in heaven. So, and I don't believe in any religious dogma. I'm not a Christian. I'm not Muslim or anything like that. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I know that there's a God. Sure as hell know there's a devil. And it's evil all around, but I follow no organized religion. But that drill music is a spirit. I mean, look at some of the content they talk about. Most people would say, oh, they're speaking their lives. And there's nothing wrong with speaking your life, truth. Or even if you made a fictional song, or what they used to call back in the day, a movie on wax. Okay. But when you're promoting and talking about actual murders, or you're talking about someone who was an enemy to you, whether you had something to do with killing them or not, and you're displaying their name or stuff like that, that's demonic. That's demonic right there. Like with Chicago drill, Tuka. When I first heard Chief Keef, I thought Tuka was another name for weed. Because people call weed so many things: bud, chronic, Chiba. Something that's another name for it. And then when I started to figure out that it wasn't, he was saying, fuck Tuka gang and all that. So, okay, so it's a gang. Then as the stories come out, you see, oh, Tuka was a young man that was murdered, and they sit there, dissing him in songs forever to this day. And then they would do it with other people, but he was the main one. Fuck Tuka, this, that, and the third. Then when you see the interviews with his mother, who still has to see this, has to hear this, and then it's worldwide. You got fans saying it, stuff like that, and her describing the day He died. And I'm not saying she's the only mother that should be, you should have compassion for, because all these mothers, whether their son was out there doing the killing or not, it's still death. Their sons are being killed and killing each other. And a lot of them, when you look at it, were friends. They were friends. Some of them were even family, cousins. And now they're killing and fighting each other. Fighting is one thing, but killing and gunning each other down and plotting on each other. And she's one of many mothers that has to hear their son being disrespected and things like that. They've gone even further with even putting pictures up of people dead in the casket, and they're making comments and things, just real disgusting shit. And I've seen videos and pictures of people going to people's graves, digging graves up, pissing on graves. Like, are you serious? Are you serious? Just, my goodness. I have some people in this world that I utterly cannot stand. I cannot. And don't wish them well. I don't wish any good on them at all. But I don't wish death on them or their kids. If they do die, I'm not going to celebrate. I'm not going to dance on their grave, piss on their grave. None of that. None of that. Not at all. Like, this is this drill, and drill ain't the whole blame, because it just, drill is gangster rap like on steroids. And it just was a whole nother thing. And you had some of these guys that were very talented. Like, the drill style is not really a problem with that. It's the content, what's being said. Now, you see some of the Chicago guys, which they have drill also in the UK, and New York drill, which is just as bad as Chicago with the stuff they're doing and stuff. You got a lot of these guys in Chicago now. They say they are pushing peace. I don't know how true that is. I hope they are pushing peace. Hopefully it's not a farce to maybe get at enemies to lower their security. I don't know. But some of these guys say they're pushing peace. I hope that's what it is, but it's not enough. Like, a lot of it, they all need to do it. Cease, even if they can't be friends. I understand they can't be friends with one another. Blood has been shed, people killing each other, and I understand that, but maybe a ceasefire where if I see you somewhere, I'm not going to shoot at you. If you're in my neighborhood, I'm not going to do anything to you or nothing like that. Something like that. A truce, if you will. Something like that. Because if you notice, these kids have these guns. Some of them have guns. They can't handle, they don't train with guns. So you don't know how to handle anything or anything like that. Or they got these spray weapons where you just pray and spray, whatever. And they go after their enemies. And you go after them, but you kill a bunch of innocent people or cripple a bunch of innocent people. You shouldn't be doing this shit at all, but if you're going to hit somebody, at least get the people you're going to get, not these people's babies and elderly people and other people that ain't even involved in this bullshit. And that's not just in Chicago, it's everywhere. St. Louis, here in Buffalo. The violence has risen here in Buffalo where I live. I live in Buffalo, New York. It is crazy. And speaking of that, summer's coming. And what's the first thing that we all say when summer comes? Of course, we're thinking about barbecues, pools, things like that. The first thing we all say, yeah, people are going to start tripping and getting stupid in the summer. That's the first thing we say. But you know why? Because that's what happens. People act fucking stupid. Fight. You can't fight. You got to get a gun or something, or you can't take an ass whooping. So you go back and get a gun to kill somebody or whatever. Or even worse, in some situations, you get in a fight with someone one-on-one. They go lie to their homies, charge them up. Oh, they jumped me. So now they're amped up. They're coming shooting up people's houses and things. And the women are just as bad as females, are just as bad as the guys. They're jumping people, cutting people's faces. They're shooting people. It's all a damn mess. It's all a goddamn mess, man. Just disgusting. I'm a licensed gun carrier myself, and I didn't get a gun. I mean, I enjoy guns. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a, you know, I enjoy guns, but I didn't get guns to look cool, to be tough. I got guns for protection for myself and possibly other people if need be, because this stuff is crazy. But the new laws they're making for the guns are hurting the citizens, not attacking the criminals. The criminals got armor-piercing rounds and guns you never seen before and stuff we can't even buy, military-grade stuff. And with that being said, a number of military groups, active duty military guys in Chicago, all over the country, have been getting caught up in RICO charges and everything for selling guns to these gangs. The thing about it, the switch for the Glock, that was made for the military. So how's it on the street? The creator of the switch for the Glock, he's so upset with all the murders that are going on. He said he feels responsible. He's saying that I never should have made the switch because it was only meant for the military. But he can't really blame himself. He makes it for the military, and it gets out in the street. And we're not going to play games. We know how it goes out in the street. COINTELPRO never stopped. And you have agent provocateurs that keep things going on in all these neighborhoods, but especially in the predominantly black and brown neighborhoods. How many stories have you heard from old school gangsters that were in gangs that mostly they fought and stuff like that? How many stories? And you can go on the internet, anywhere, podcasts, and listen to their interviews. They all have the same story. Oh, well, it's this area we were at, or we were playing, or blah blah blah. We blah blah blah. We find a crate of guns one day in the spot. There was never a crate of guns there before. They find a crate. You heard what I said? They said a crate. Not just some guns on the street, a crate of guns. That's just like when COVID hit and people were rioting for George Floyd and things like that, and COVID. You saw the videos. These groups of guys leaving bricks out in the middle of the street for people to grab because they're playing on your emotions. You're angry. You're looking to. Oh, look, there's a pile of bricks. Come on now. But what do I know? I'm crazy. I'm crazy. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know nothing. But anyway, hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. That's my time. This was the first episode of With All Sincerity. I am Mr. Sincere. I'm signing off. Have a good day.